everybody, Lucas Haneman here. Welcome to a Cautionary Tale edition of Guitar Tone Tuesday, which is all about pickup swapping and why I really truly feel that when you purchase a guitar, under 99.999% of circumstances, you should keep the pickups that came with that guitar in that guitar and see if you love them. Sometimes, and quite often I think, guitar players fall victim to swapping and swapping and swapping pickups until they've either wasted their money or found something after about 8 different sets of pickups that they think is okay. And I literally have friends who talk to me about this. You know, it's nuts. I typically am someone who buys a guitar and I love it for a certain reason. Now, with this guitar, I loved it for many, many, many reasons when I purchased it. But I forgot that I love the pickups. And so what did I do? I swapped the pickups and swapped the pickups, only to come back to the pickups that initially came in the guitar. After spending about $300. Stupid, stupid, stupid me. So, I wanted to tell you guys a bit about that story and why I think you guys should really be careful when you buy a guitar. And don't go crazy swapping your pickups under most circumstances. Okay? So, what did I do with this guitar? Well, in 2017, I purchased this guitar off of a student after lusting after it for about 4 years or so. I've told this story on this channel before with this guitar. This is a Melanson guitar built by the late, great Gerard Melanson. And just a wonderful instrument. I got the guitar home, and I did love its sound. I absolutely loved its sound. I loved it. I love the way it looks. It's a real beautiful guitar, in my opinion. So I got the guitar home, and I took it to about 4 gigs, and I was over the moon, super excited about it. But around the same time that I bought this guitar, I bought a new amplifier. That's a 20-watt amplifier. And I was really excited about that amp, because I thought it had a lot of clean headroom for a 20-watt amplifier. But in a move of silliness, I brought that 20-watt amplifier to an outdoor festival gig, thinking, oh yeah, it'll be loud enough, with this guitar that has very low output pickups. And the drummer was drowning me out for the whole show. And not only that, but people in the crowd came up to me and said, oh, I couldn't hear you. I couldn't hear you that well. There's times when I could hear you, but most of the time I couldn't really hear you that clearly. So I kind of banked that, you know, the sound guy was going to do his job and I was going to be heard. And no, that wasn't the case at the end of the day. With this guitar, through that amp, on that outdoor festival gig. Well, of course that was the case. But it kind of made me start thinking, like, what can I do to make this guitar louder? So I had a guitar in my possession around that time that was a black Fernandez Strat copy from the 1980s. And it had these ceramic pickups in it. But believe it or not, those ceramic pickups sounded really, really good. So I swapped the pickups. Well, I shouldn't say I did it, because you don't want to trust me with a soldering iron. But I paid my bass player slash guitar tech, Martin Newman, wonderful guy, come over. I said, okay, take the pickups out of this guitar, put them in the black guitar. Take the pickups out of the black guitar, put them in this guitar. And that's the way that those guitars lived for about 9 months or so. And I played this guitar with those pickups from that black guitar, and I thought, you know what, they're okay, but they're not as good as they were in that black guitar, that Fernandez Strat. There's something between the relationship between a certain guitar and all of its parts. You know, a guitar is really the sum of all of its parts. That's what this whole experiment made me realize. And it also emptied my bank account, which didn't feel good. So I swapped those pickups, and then like I say, I lived with them for about 9 months, and they were louder, but they were muddy. And I kind of said, oh, well, I need something that's a little bit quieter than these ceramic pickups, but not quite as quiet as the pickups that were initially in that guitar, because that's why I swapped them out in the first place. So I went out, and I had a buddy who was selling some DiMarzio noiseless pickups. You guys know those DiMarzio Strat pickups, right? They're really highly regarded. People love them. And I thought, okay, this is it. These are the pickups for this guitar. I put them in. I had an Area 58 in the neck, an Area 61 in the middle, and a DiMarzio Blues pickup in the bridge. And after about 2 weeks. Not even that. Even within the first week, the honeymoon phase was over. I liked the neck pickup, but I hated everything else. Absolutely hated it. And I know I'm in the minority by saying that, because lots of people love those DiMarzio pickups, but I cannot stand them, or I could not in this guitar. So what did I do? I called Martin back up again, and I said, "You're gonna hate me, but I got another job for you." And this is literally a year after I first purchased this guitar. We were going to Blues Fest to open for the Dave Matthews Band, and I wanted to be happy with the sound of my guitar because I was opening for Dave Matthews, which is a big deal for me. It was a big thing off a big bucket list item. So Martin came over and he said, "Are you crazy?" So I said, "Okay, I want to take the pickups that were initially in this guitar, put them back in, and then put the other pickups back in the black guitar, and blah 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 blah." And so that's what we did. So basically, at the end of the day, I had these DiMarzio pickups that I didn't like, that were just kind of in a drawer, and I put the initial pickups back in this guitar. And I was so happy that I put them back in this guitar. But that experiment cost me about $300 and a lot of pain and suffering, and just, it was really stupid. It was just stupid. Like, it really makes me wonder why we go through all this crazy stuff as guitar players sometimes. We should just be happy with what we have. So anyways, let's hear these pickups now that I have them back in the guitar, and I've had them back in now for a long time. I've really dialed them in. So here's the neck pickup all by itself. Here's the neck and the middle together. Here's the middle pickup all by itself. And here's the middle and the bridge together. And here's the bridge pickup all by itself. I love these pickups. In my opinion, they're actually the best set of Strat pickups that I've ever heard in the flesh, personally. I love the fact that you can go back and forth between the neck pickup and the bridge pickup. And it's just a very, very good pairing. The neck pickup is certainly more scooped in its response, and the bridge pickup doesn't sound harsh like lots of Strat pickups do. If you roll back that tone control just a shade, it almost has like a telly thing going. It sounds fat and full of mids, and I really, really, really like that. So these are Jim Wagner SR Strat pickups, which are extremely high-regarded pickups. They're made by this guy from the States, and he's got a solar-powered shop. He does everything by hand. It's really, really, really nice stuff. And I don't know if he's winding pickups anymore or not, which kind of makes them even more rare. I think he's still out there, but I love these pickups, and it just makes me think, as guitar players, we go through all these feelings of what I have is not good enough. I want something more. And I'm starting to think that all that stuff is just a load of BS. It's just crazy that we go through all that anguish as guitar players when really, often, what we have in front of us is all we truly need. So I want you guys to let me know in the comment section below. Have you gone through a struggle like this with pickups, or, changing the components in your amplifier, or, buying and buying and buying different guitars? We all go through this in our own ways. Please let me know, what is your struggle with gear acquisition syndrome, and perhaps directly with pickup swapping. Have you fallen victim to this just like me? Please keep those likes, shares, and subscribes coming. Don't forget to ring the bell. It means so much to me, guys, as always. Thank you so much for watching. We will see you guys and girls again next Tuesday.